What's going on, guys? My name is Mustafa Alawad. I'm a current university student, college student here in the U.S. I kind of make videos in my free time, kind of explain my thought process and what I'm currently doing in my life to maybe benefit you guys. Yeah, for the first topic we're going to be talking about here is it's okay to be nervous. I thought it would be kind of fitting as this is the first video I'm uploading here. So yeah, let's kind of just get straight into it. So in order to first understand why it's okay to be nervous, we need to understand why we get nerves in the first place. Like, what even are they, right? So imagine I have the brain here, right? That is a horrible brain, but stay with me. I'm not a biology student. Essentially, when you get nervous, your brain, it sends adrenaline to the rest of your body, right? So imagine this is like adrenaline going down. Adrenaline hits your body, making you nervous, making you tense up. And essentially what that adrenaline is, it's the fight or fight response, right? So basically when your body sees a threat, I don't know, imagine there's a robber or something like that. I don't know, imagine this guy's a robber and he has a weapon. Right? Basically, your body's going to perceive this guy as a threat, making your adrenaline go up. And of course, there's different levels to a threat. So, like, I don't know, maybe an armed robber is like here on the end of the spectrum. But maybe you're about to go into a test, and that's like maybe here on the spectrum. You know, it's a very broad spectrum of things, right? So what I'm going to explain to you now, if I can get this off, is that it's okay to be nervous because if you're going into something nervous, you're probably going into a challenge that will in turn make you a better human being and will promote growth. So what I'm going to draw here is two examples, right? It's like one big example, but I'm going to draw two outcomes from this example, right? So say you're about to take an exam. Big exam worth 50% of your grade, something like that, right? So 50%, it's worth 50% of your grade, right? Say we have two scenarios. Scenario A, you get your test paper back, that's supposed to be a paper. You get A. You get A plus, actually, right? That's scenario A. You studied, you passed, flying colors, nothing went wrong, right? Scenario B, actually I'm going to move over here. This is the same test, it's just like, I'm bad at drawing, okay? So, scenario B is you got an F, or you got a D, or you didn't do well, right? With these two scenarios, right, one might think that this scenario here wouldn't lead to growth. But the way that you need to rephrase it is that no matter what outcome you get, either or, you're still experiencing growth as a human being. So the way I kind of look at it, and the way that I want you guys to look at it, if you go into a test nervous, or if you go into something nervous, whether you prepare for it or not, that's basically your body telling you that you're about to grow as a human being, right? So this actually happened to me this semester. So this option A was a coding class, right? And over the summer I did some projects, you know. I used to actually do very bad in coding last year. I did some projects over the summer, you know, I studied for the exam, and I did well, you know? And then here I have discrete math. And for all my computer science guys, if there's one thing you know about computer science is discrete math sucks. Did I get an F? No. But did I do well? No. Not as well as I wanted to. So this led to growth because I knew like I'm good at coding now, right? And now I can go apply those skills, like, I don't know, on another project or something. So say this laptop has a project on it or something like that. I can go apply those skills that I know now, right? But I also grew here because I know I need to study better, right? So that ultimately led to me realizing, oh shoot, I gotta lock in so I can do better on the next exam and not fail the class. So this also led to me growing as a person and growing my character. So either way, if you're going into an exam nervous, that's good, right? Because that, one, shows that you care, and two, no matter what outcome you get, whether it's the A or the F, you're still going to grow as a human being. You're still going to grow as a person, right? So ultimately, it doesn't really matter what you get as long as you learn from it. So what I'm doing now after I did bad on my discrete math exam is that I'm studying more, right? I'm changing the way how I study. I'm changing my study habits, which ultimately will lead me to grow as a person. So yeah, next time you go into an exam or whatever, or you just go into anything difficult and you're nervous, just realize that you're probably going to grow as a human being doing it. So that's like kind of how I look at it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you two scenarios I've seen in other people, them being my friends, and how I kind of broke it down for them to help them ease their nerves a little bit. Right. So again, two scenarios that I'm going to paint out or draw out. These two scenarios are, so we had, a career fair. Person, right? And then we also had somebody who was taking exam. This person was taking the exam with me. So we have person A and person B. Right. Person A, person B. We'll start with person A for a second. Basically, what I ended up telling them, when they told me they were nervous to go to this career fair, they were like, it's their first time, blah, 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 this, that. They didn't think their resume was good. They were also underclassmen, so I don't know if you know like how hiring kind of works here for internships in the States. I don't know where you're watching from. But typically they like hiring upperclassmen, like people who are grades above us, just because they have a little bit more on their resume and they've taken more classes related to the job that they're applying for. So they just like tend to hire juniors and seniors for these internship positions. Right. So basically what I ended up telling them was this. I read a book by Muhammad Ali. It was his autobiography. I'll probably throw a picture of it right here. Very good book. I highly suggest all you guys should read it. Basically, he said, I spelled that wrong. I never went into a fight not nervous. Right. Basically, what Muhammad Ali is saying here is that he never went into a single fight where he wasn't nervous. His job, this was his literal job, was to go and beat people up for a living, right? And he was pretty good at it. He was one of the best boxers to ever live. Basically, he was nervous before every single fight that he took. So what does that tell you and I? And what can we take from this, right? Basically, what I told them is exactly that, word for word. And I was like, essentially, your job as a student is to like study and get internships so you can go and get a job, right? So it's okay to go into a career fair nervous. But ultimately, it's just about like how you handle you being nervous. You have to like welcome you being nervous because you know you're about to go into something where it could further your career and make you a better person, right? And I guess that like kind of stuck with them because when they came out of it, they think they did well and they had some recruiters reach out to them, which is great. That's ultimately what we want. Had that person just like stayed extremely nervous, I don't think they would have done as well, you know? It's okay to be nervous. It's just about how you manage it, right? So that was person one. We'll go back to person two, which was the exam. Right. Here we have person B. I'll provide you some background on this person. This person switched majors into CS. Hasn't had like that much programming experience. Would ask me for help here and there, right? But ultimately, like, was a good programmer, right? So before the exam, we're talking about the exam, blah blah blah, this that. And I asked them, "Are you how are you feeling about the exam? Like everything all good?" And they're like, "Yeah, like I just feel like I'm not necessarily scared, but I'm a little bit nervous, right?" And basically, what I told them is what I kind of said at the start of the video, is that being nervous is what made us human. So basically, that's what I told them. Being nervous is what makes us human. Because essentially what nerves are, it's the fight or fright response, right? Your brain sends adrenaline to you, sees a threat, or what we perceive as a threat, so in this case the exam, and it makes you nervous. I feel like some people, when they get nervous, they think it's like not normal, right? And what I try to tell this person B, is that it's kind of normal to be nervous, right? So you really kind of, it's not that you shouldn't be nervous, it's that it's good to be nervous and that you should manage it well, right? You should welcome it as opposed to just being nervous and letting it consume you. And I think that really helped them out because they actually ended up doing better than me on the exam by a little bit. So yeah, I guess that kind of wraps up the two-person example that I had in store for you guys and what I did for other people to make sure that they aren't nervous. So yeah, I guess I've showed you what I do and I've showed you what I've told other people. So I guess the main point that I'm trying to make with this video and what I hope you guys get out of this video is that, one, it's okay to be nervous, right? It's okay to be nervous. And then two, I guess one of the bigger points that I wanted to drive home here at the end of the video is that welcome is that you kind of need to welcome difficult tasks that make you nervous. You need to welcome difficult tasks that make you nervous. And this is important because if you're walking into something that makes you nervous, I'm going to tell you from like right now 9 out of 10 times, it's going to lead to direct growth as a person. So that's kind of like the framework I use when I'm walking into something that might be difficult or I haven't done before, or something that has a big impact on my future or something like that. 9 out of 10 times, like, sure, there's some circumstance, like maybe you're about to get mauled by a bear, and of course that's going to make you nervous, and you need to make a right decision there, right? But I guess even that leads to growth. So basically what I'm trying to say is, next time you go into something that makes you nervous, just know you're going to grow. And that's the only way to really get better at anything, right? Is to be nervous. So yeah, I guess that kind of covers everything I wanted to talk about for this topic. If you have any ideas or anything you want me to talk about in the comments, or if you think I'm completely wrong, leave in the comments below. And yeah, that's it. Make sure you do something to change the world today.